Hey, everybody. Dr. Ford here. Thanks so much for taking time for your busy schedule to watch this little video. I've been kind of thinking about the history of what we've been able to accomplish at our little school in Southeast Oklahoma, really a population of 800 folks. As it continues to grow, why has the leadership been able to succeed as well as they have? And I got to tell you, it's because they've been willing to think outside the box, look differently at the way education processes happen. And things have occurred here that I don't think there's any way we could have envisioned it happening this way. I know for certain we didn't have the budget to do it, but thanks to tools like the USDA's Rural Utility Services Grant, we've been able to do some amazing things. And I wanted to just take a second to kind of talk through that process. You know, it's been almost 20 years ago now that we went after our first RUS grant for a specific purpose. And that was to be able to have curriculum offerings that otherwise we just couldn't have at our little school. As the state increased graduation requirements and needs for specific classes, there was no way we were going to be able to find faculty members to move in here to do things like foreign language. But what we found was there were other schools who were also in our boat. And thanks to the USDA's grant, we were able to achieve a room that at very first it was just one single room where we could offer classes out. As my superintendent began to really explore this, and we found these other school districts that were in need, basically he said, Lance, what's to preclude us from hiring somebody and recovering a portion of the salary by offering content out? And that's exactly what we did. So our first class was a foreign language class, specifically Spanish. And as we began to grow from there, ancillary things began to happen. We began to explore things like, if we let our teachers do other things and think about classes they'd like to offer, what are some of the possibilities? For me, it was AP Music Theory. It was a class that I'd always wanted to teach. I had taught it when I was a grad assistant in college, and never was going to have a class of students make. There was never going to be enough students enrolled in it. But as again, we went back to those schools and said, hey, do you have any students? Yeah, we may have two or three or 4 or 5 that want to do that, but you know, we can't offer that with what we have. We went down that road. From there, man, things began to really move forward quickly as we began to explore things like team teaching. I want to show you a classroom here on campus. This is what we call our big room, affectionately. It's our video production classroom. And for about 4 years of my life, I actually team taught in this classroom video production with another school, a friend of mine at a school about 90 miles away. And the reason that was so powerful was because both he and I had different backgrounds coming into this environment. And we were able to exponentially increase the quality of the instruction, at least in my mind, because he had so much background that I didn't have, and I had background that he didn't have. Bringing those things together to team teach courses, again, thanks to these grant opportunities, has really helped us expand what we can do. Once we kind of did that for a little while, then we began to explore what we could do in that team teaching environment, but maybe not day in, day out, maybe special guests. We call these opportunities virtual field trips. And I want to show you a picture of one that just happened, golly, this was last Thursday, I think. And what's going on here is a process in squishy circuits. Now, squishy circuits are fun because my wife kind of got to ramrod this thing. She's not a scientist. She's not even a science teacher. She's an English teacher. But she knew there was an opportunity for students to get their hands on with STEM opportunities. And so we have this warehouse now, and you can see that we've added some video gear, and we have been able to expand the opportunities for teachers to bring in specialized projects and units from places all over the world. From the Mote Marine Laboratory in Sarasota, Florida, to the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, to the Center for Puppetry Arts in Atlanta, Georgia. All because we started with the simple vision of offering classes. Now, at this point, those classes have kind of taken another really cool turn. One of the things that's happening on our campus day in and day out is concurrent enrollment. Traditionally, students would have about a 15-mile round trip, maybe 20-mile round trip to our regional college to take classes towards their graduation. Well, now, thanks to the USDA, we're able to bring in those college classes, keep those students plugged into other things throughout the day, and have those partnerships. In fact, we last spring had multiple students graduate with their associate's degree the exact same night they got their high school diploma. So one end of the stage, the board met them with their high school diploma and the superintendent. The other end of the stage, the college president, a vice president was able to give them their associate's degree. So classes continue to evolve. Not only they continue to evolve for our students, but they also continue to evolve for our faculty members. Let me show you one other picture here. This particular picture looks kind of bizarre. Kind of explain to you what you're seeing. You're seeing a professional development session going on. Sherry is delivering it. My wife is at her remote location, but those other 4 or 5, let's see, 6 people around the table are all gathered in one room. Sherry kept saying, I can't see their faces very well. Well, this technology has now evolved to the point where one connection, one camera allows you to split all those images out. And because of that, you start to kind of get the non-verbal cues, maybe the intensity of one of the teachers, maybe the distraction of one of the teachers, maybe a teacher looking in the wrong direction, not quite paying as much attention. I jokingly point those things out because, you know, in video communications, the power is the nonverbal. I think it goes without saying that when we have verbal communications, we can just have an audio call, we can have a phone call. But the true power of building relationship is in those nonverbal things. It's what's allowed our students to grow into other universities, to grow into other colleges, to work with other students. Again, thanks to the USDA's RUS grant. I guess the sky is the limit. At this point, we have students creating content on a weekly basis. They're broadcasting that content out here locally. Signage across campus. There's just so many things that have happened because of that spark that was begun with the USDA's Rural Utility Services Grant in a small rural community. So whether you're watching this from I don't know if I want to get involved in this program or not, to maybe I've been involved in this program and I don't know if I want to continue to pursue, I'm telling you, multiple opportunities await you with the help of LDA and the United States Department of Agriculture's RUS grant. If you got any questions for me, just feel free to reach out to me. I'm Lance Ford at howschools.org. You can email me or you can ping me in chat. I look forward to seeing you, and I look forward to hearing about your adventure with distance learning.